random live video so that we could all just cry together. No, not really. Actually, I'm kind of concerned that I don't really feel any emotions during this massive Bitcoin drop. I'm like, do I have any emotions inside of me? Any emotions at all? So, just here to hang out with you guys, answer any questions. Just gonna be talking about the market a little bit. And yeah, you know, we're all in this together. We're all trying to make sure that we survive this situation together. Oh, let's see here. Let me go ahead and head over to YouTube and see where the comments are at. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you saw my video earlier this morning and I purchased some Bitcoin. Bitcoin has continued dropping, which I anticipated. That's why I took small nibbles. I bought about $3,000 worth of Bitcoin. I'm looking to deploy approximately $100,000 into crypto, but just being patient here, as patient as possible. Let me see here. I need to pull up your comments. It's fun to go live. I enjoy these live videos. Live videos. Okay. All right, make sure to hit that like button. We got 10 people here. Hey, Oliver, let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the price. Bitcoin is at $30,584. Whoa. I wish I had this set up so I could do like a screen share. I tried that one time with Zoom and it was a fail and I haven't tried it since. Bitcoin is down 10%, Ethereum down 10%. Coinbase is down 19%. Hello, all the way from Texas. So, whoa, this is like, I feel like this slow grind, it feels like a slow grind down, right? I don't know why, but it feels as though, like, I feel like I wake up sometimes and Bitcoin crashes like $5,000, but today I'm on here and I'm like, it just feels like a very slow grind down. So let's go ahead and see. I mean, we are so due for a little bit of relief, but it just hasn't come yet. Bitcoin was just $40,000 on May 5th, you guys. So it has dropped $10,000 in 4 days. Is that capitulation? Well, we haven't seen a bounce quite yet. We're just continuously seeing this slow grind down. So I said in my video this morning that I was anticipating Bitcoin to definitely get down to like 31.5. Well, now it's at 30.5. Okay, and since it has now broken that line of support, whoa, I think things are gonna get even crazier. So when I'm looking at the chart here, and I'm sorry I can't do a screen share, but as I'm looking at the chart here, back in June of 2021, Bitcoin had a low of, I don't know why, every time I turn on the video camera, I feel super congested. Bitcoin had a low of sorry, can't see that. Bitcoin had a low of 28,800. So I'm curious to see if it gets held up at that range or if it continues to go lower. Should be interesting. Let's go ahead and see here what you guys are up to in the comments. Market looks worse than March of 2020. You know, it does kind of seem like the progression of the pullback is a little bit different. Like in March, it was like one really ugly day down and then we saw relief. And then this time it's just like boom, 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 boom. Someone said they bought 4 BTC at 31,000. They're okay if it goes down a little bit more. Yeah, like when I bought this morning at like 32.5, I was okay if it continued to go down. Remember, I said those were long-term positions. I did not put a stop loss. I am probably going to be buying a few more $1,000 of Bitcoin here soon, actually. Let's go ahead and see here what you guys are up to. Market is down 50% from all-time highs. I think it's actually more than that at this point. Buy more and hodl, that's exactly what I'm doing. What was I gonna look at? I was gonna look at something on the chart to make a comparison, just to see, what was I gonna look at? I forgot. Let's see here. Do you think 69,000 was this cycle's top? it's hard to say, but my first initial reaction is yes. That was this cycle's top. And this is the thing. Honestly, I need today's earlier video, I was looking at the wrong side of the camera. So the camera's over here. So I didn't think that $69,000 was the top, and that is mainly because of the fact that I was comparing Bitcoin's previously tops, and they were extremely parabolic. And they went up like hundreds of percentages in a very short period of time. And we didn't see that when Bitcoin ran up to $69,000. So that's why I was like, yeah, I don't really think this is the top. So even in bull cycles, right, you've seen the chart over and over again, the 30, the 35% pullbacks. And I remember thinking, hold on, okay, let me back up here. I remember thinking when we pulled back like 40%, I'm like, this is more than usual if we are in a bull run, okay? So we're down like 56% approximately from the highs. So when we hit like 64,000, and that was in April of 21, that was already a year ago. Wow, that's actually crazy. So Bitcoin did fall. So this is actually really interesting, you guys. Okay, I just saw this on the chart. So I just told you how Bitcoin has fallen 56% from all-time highs. When Bitcoin hit, okay, when this is actually hopeful, you guys. This is hopeful. So Bitcoin hit about $64,000 in April of 21, and it pulled back 55%. So I just told you the Bitcoin pulled back approximately 56%. And then after Bitcoin pulled back 56%, we then went on to see $69,000. So I try to compare this cycle to other cycles, but I mean, we're so early in Bitcoin that that's not always going to necessarily be correct. Okay, just discovered that. What's the second thing that I can discover here? The second thing I can discover is that $64,000 came in mid-April, and then the bottom came in July 20th, okay? So how many days is that? Let me go ahead and see here. Date range from there to there. It was about 3 months, okay? So if we take that same situation, we are past the 3-month mark when it comes to, like, Bitcoin has grinded down quite a bit further than that. Let's see what you guys have in the question section. All right. Let's see. Do you think the Vauld will have some regulations like Celsius and BlockFi? What happened to them? So yeah, absolutely. We have to anticipate. So like first we saw BlockFi pull back when it came to not giving us interest on new deposits. Then we saw Nexo. So then what did I tell you guys? Hey, Celsius hasn't stopped giving us interest on new deposits. So you should probably hurry up and deposit money before it gets to that point. Now it's Vauld, right? Like we cannot make new deposits on BlockFi, on Celsius, or Nexo. So Vauld is where it's at right now to be earning interest. There's a few other websites, but that's the one that I'm particularly using. I'm currently testing out some other sites now that I may be sharing with you guys in the near future when it comes to other options of earning interest on your cryptocurrency. So yeah, that could eventually happen to Vauld, but if you want to earn interest on new deposits, then get your money in there if that's something that you want to do. Let's see here. Let's see. We're still some ways from market capitulation, lots of crying Wojaks out there. You know what's kind of weird is how, like, I'm actually feeling like euphoria today. I don't know why. I'm like, wow, this is like so much opportunity. Like I am feeling excitement from all the opportunity that's in the space. Let's see what the price of Bitcoin is, because I'm sure it's continued dropping since I last spoke. It's crazy to just be like staring at the 5-minute chart all day. Raise your hand if you haven't ate yet today. For me, it's almost 3 p.m. I'm on Eastern time zone. And it's like, I honestly don't want to leave my computer. I'm just like so intrigued with what's happening, watching the charts, making content about it. If you guys want to check me out on TikTok, I've been making more videos on there. So we're sitting at just under $31,000. And 8 minutes ago, the low came in approximately, the short-term low, obviously I think we're gonna go lower, $30,311. So we have bumped up $600 since then. Let's see here. Discount would have happened before an ETF approval. Let's see, mid-20s for Bitcoin, I'm all in. So, like my uncle asked me today, he called me, he's like, is Bitcoin going to zero? All right. And I was like, last time I checked, like the BitConnect coin didn't even go to zero. And there is way too many people that believe in Bitcoin that they would be buying up way before zero, in my opinion, way before $10,000. That's just my opinion there. So this is the thing, is that nothing has changed. You guys can't forget the fact that nothing has changed when it comes to the fundamentals of Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't been hacked. Like, that's not why any of this is happening. Let's see. Please tell us what drugs you took, Mariah. So far, I have consumed caffeine. So I've been drinking, I haven't drank coffee in like almost a week. Instead of coffee, I've been drinking Celsius. I also found this Celsius competitor at Costco. It's called ZOA, Z-O-A, I think it is. It has way less caffeine. It only has 120 milligrams, I believe. Yeah, milligrams, right, is how it's measured, instead of 200 on Celsius. So I drank a ZOA today because I'm doing a comparison. And I've noticed that when I drink ZOA, it lasts 6 hours. And then I am ready for a nap. And then when I take Celsius, it lasts about 10 hours or so. So that's the only drug that I'm on right now. I haven't had the chance to eat today. So then on top of it, I'm definitely in ketosis. I've just been drinking water. And no need for drugs. I'm way too hyped. Okay. Hello from California. Love your videos. Thank you for watching. I am actually from California. Last time I sold right before it jumped back up. I won't be doing that again. Yeah, totally. So when my uncle asked me today, hey, like, should I sell and try to buy lower? I'm like, can Bitcoin go to $20,000? Yes. Is the risk to reward ratio at these levels, does it make any sense at all? No, absolutely not. Mariah, you're the best. You're a solid inspiration, an awesome individual, and a great energy for the world. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you. You know, like, there is no better compliment when someone is like, oh my gosh, I like your energy. Like, that is a massive compliment. And I feel like it's one that I've gotten a lot of in the last year. My thoughts on Luna DPEG. You know, I haven't really looked too much into it, but I don't have any Luna, so that's kind of my situation there. 29,800 next support. Fire sale, load up on Bitcoin. Yeah, so like I said, I already bought some Bitcoin today. I'm going to be putting in some more buy order soon. Bitcoin sitting at about 30,900, down massively today. GBTC is down 18% today. Most things are down between 10 and 20%. That's kind of like the average. Luna is obviously down 25%. Everything is just getting absolutely crushed, okay? Tesla is at $800, and when it comes to traditional markets, we have SPY sitting at about $400. So SPY hasn't been dumping as nearly as much as Bitcoin. Like, obviously, the whole market's correlating. Everything is doing absolutely terrible. Make sure to like this button if you haven't already, so that other people can see this video and also learn about Bitcoin, finding financial freedom. You know what's really fun about owning Bitcoin? What's really fun about owning Bitcoin is that you always have something to look forward to. And if I was driving yesterday and I was thinking, you know, I thought for sure my portfolio would look a little bit different today than I would have anticipated, you know, like thinking about it a year from now. But I'm like, the cool part about Bitcoin is you always have something to look forward to. Do I still think Bitcoin's going to $1 million? Absolutely. If you buy Bitcoin at $30,000 and it goes to $1 million, which I think could probably happen in the next 5 to 10 years, this is the cool part, is that is a 33x on your investment. So people are like, oh, you know, there's no opportunity anymore to make massive gains in cryptocurrency. Well, today is like an opportunity, in my opinion, of a lifetime. So let me just tell you guys a really great story about when I bought Ethereum at $7, okay? So I didn't know anything about cryptocurrency. I was on Coinbase. They had 2 options to buy, okay? I've been around for that long to where there's only 2 things you could buy on Coinbase. Bitcoin or Ethereum? And so I was like kind of looking at Bitcoin, and then I looked at Ethereum, and I'm like, whoa, it's only $7. And the week or two or a month before, I don't remember the exact period of time, it was like over $20. And then the thought popped into my mind, buy low, sell high. I'm like, well, shoot, it's more than half of what it used to be. And I had the initial feeling to literally dump my entire savings account and buy Ethereum at $7. So as I was buying today, that's what I was thinking, buy low, sell high. This is buying low, okay? This selling here is selling low, okay? So it's just a few words to really stick by when it comes to investing in general. Buy low, sell high. Selling today would be the opposite of that. So what am I doing today? I am buying. Okay, let's see here. What are you guys up to in the comments? Gonna be going through some of these here. Let's see. Thoughts on Ethereum BTC buy levels. So I'm just accumulating here, right? I'm not gonna catch the exact bottom, so I'm just slowly accumulating. Someone says wait a little bit longer. So this is the thing, is that I'm not like looking to just go all buy in at one level. I'm just slowly deploying my funds back into crypto, because buy the dip, right? And that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Now is the best time to reach whole coiner status. Absolutely. So if like, I was thinking today, I'm like, oh my God, I would love to sell my Jeep Wrangler and like be able to buy like what? 1.25 approximately Bitcoin. I'm like, would I rather have a Jeep Wrangler, which I absolutely love, but then again, like it's part of my car rental business. So if you're traveling to Puerto Rico, go ahead and check out Puerto Rico Wheels on Facebook. We have some of the best rates in town, some of the best service in town. You're not gonna wait a single second. You're gonna show up to the car and you are going to pick it up right when you arrive, no waiting. I see people waiting for 2 to 3 hours at other car rental places. What was I thinking about again? Oh, whole coiner status. Oh yeah, I mean, I would take 1.25 Bitcoin over my Jeep Wrangler, which I love dearly. But this is the thing, is that selling it takes time, getting into the exchange. By the time I would sell my Wrangler, I would probably not be able to get it in time to an exchange, except in Puerto Rico. There's a ton of people that have crypto here. I could probably potentially sell it for 1.25, but anyone smart is not gonna be selling off their Bitcoin at $30,000 to buy a Jeep Wrangler. Okay, let's see here. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. And don't ever forget that. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. All right, let's see here. What else are you guys talking about here in the comments? Hey, from North Carolina, how low do you think we're gonna go? Yeah, I mean, $20,000 is definitely a possibility. It's really crazy because like, I typically don't look at the price of Bitcoin this much, but the volatility is quite intriguing. Now's the time to get that 1 Bitcoin, absolutely. Now is the time to become a whole coiner. Now better than ever. It's really funny. I love going on crypto Twitter and seeing people like shape rice into like a chicken, like a piece of chicken, and be like, oh, you know, like here's my meal. Basically insinuating that we're all poor in crypto right now. And I tweeted today, I'm like, has anyone else not ate yet today? And then I put hashtag Bitcoin, but mainly because I'm distracted by everything that's happening. But I'm actually not even hungry yet, which is kind of surprising because all I had yesterday was a chicken salad. I think I have so much adrenaline going that I'm just really not hungry. Let's see here. If 69K was this cycle's top, where do you think the next cycle's top, like, or could top out at? I would say like 250 to 300K would be my best guess. Am I buying Tesla too? No, I'm not buying any Tesla at this time. I don't know. I think I'd rather just own Bitcoin. I mean, I love Tesla. I love Elon Musk. And I think it's a good buy. But I am just so Bitcoin focused. And I can't get away from that. Let's see. $420,000 top. I like that, actually. That's probably pretty likely. The volume is still low. Good observation. I haven't actually even checked the volume. Do you have a gradual DCA buy method as it goes down lower? You know, no, I am not a person that has a lot of systems in my life. And so, like I said, I deployed like $3,000 only in Bitcoin today. I'm going to continue buying at these levels. This is the thing, is that this is what most people don't understand about me and how I function. And if you're going to be here a while and watch my videos, this is something really important to understand about me personally. Every single second that goes by, things change, right? Like every second I look at Bitcoin, the price is constantly changing, whether it's by cents or by dollars or by hundreds of dollars. Okay, and that's just how the world is in general, not just the price of Bitcoin. Things are constantly changing. So what happens is I evaluate the new information that's coming in and I change my plan then as new information is coming in, which means my plan is kind of constantly changing. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm just saying that's how I do it. So that is my approach. Like things are always changing. So I don't have this particular method of dollar cost averaging in on Bitcoin and being like, okay, on a red day, I'm gonna buy like $100 every hour or every 1% drop or whatever. Like that's not my particular approach. My approach is I'm taking in information, depending on where the price is going to depend on like how much I'm deploying, how often, at what levels, what frequency. I have absolutely no method to my madness. Okay, if we dip into the teens, Carvana will hear from me. Let's see. Moriah. I love when people spell my name with an O. I think it's really funny. Thoughts on buying alts right now or too risky? I think they're good. Like, okay, I was anticipating the last market cycle that altcoins, like most were just going to be like completely obliterated, like out of the market, like never come back. This could be the time that that happens where a lot of altcoins don't come back. I guess it's a possibility. But then again, okay, like I mentioned, I keep on mentioning like BitConnect not being at zero yet, but I'm gonna head over to CoinMarketCap and I'm gonna see if BitConnect is even still on here. I don't even know if there's an exchange that trades it. Okay, yeah, so maybe BitConnect did go to zero, but not that long ago, like less than a year ago, I checked BitConnect and it was not at zero quite yet. So Bitcoin dropped a couple $100 since I last looked a couple minutes ago, and it is now sitting at 30,700. It's crazy to be looking at this 5-minute chart, which actually just made a higher high, so we might see a little bit of a pump here, but I mean, it's not like I'm looking at the 5-minute chart to see a momentum shift in the space. Let's see. Where were the two moving averages you were using a couple months back to plan your buys and sells? So the moving averages is a 5-day and a 12-day. And I was really paying attention to the weekly chart on that, which it's only happened one other time. And I thought that we were so set to go like out of control price-wise because the moving averages crossed over on the weekly chart, which doesn't happen very often. So I went back basically to like Bitcoin in the very beginning and basically taking that method. I started out with like worst case scenario of like buying the top in a certain region of the charts. And then over time, I basically did a hypothetical situation and it went from like starting with 100 Bitcoin to then ending with like 200 and like 30 something Bitcoin. So if you use the plan from the beginning of time, it worked. But I mean, that's like early in the market. That could totally change. But now, if I'm looking for a short-term position on Bitcoin, I'm going to be paying attention to the daily chart and the moving averages crossing over there. Wouldn't you buy a lot more at lower levels? I'm guessing that you asked that question based off the dollar cost averaging question. And so what I could say is that, well, how are you going to know that it's going to go lower? That's just not a guarantee. Have you bought any BTC today, Mariah? Yes, I bought Bitcoin at 32.5K approximately. I'm going to be buying more. Oliver says life is dynamic. Yes, absolutely. Life is dynamic. And I think about, whoa, we have 84 people here. Can I get a thumbs up from all 84 of you so more people can see this video? I think that's the most I've ever had on a live, which is fun. It's cool. So when it comes to life being dynamic, like I'm not someone that really plans much in advance because like I said, things are constantly changing. Like Every day my plan changes based off of new information coming in. And that's just not like price related, investing related. That's just like life related in general. Like, where am I gonna live next? Like, where am I gonna go on vacation? Like, everything is constantly changing. What's my favorite TA tool? That's a good question. I think that I really like the 5 and the 12 day, the moving averages actually. Alts are too scary to be honest. Check NFT prices. I don't know anything about NFTs. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. So I definitely don't. Let's see here. Sounds like a gut instinct, says EJ. EJ's right. I don't know, you know, people think I'm crazy, but I use my intuition a lot when it comes to just life in general. Like, I feel like I'm presented with a situation and then like my body has like a physical response of whether it should be a yes or a no or a maybe. And that's just kind of how it was when I bought Ethereum at $7. It was like such an intuitive thing, gut instinct. What do you think of the stablecoin market? I currently have some stablecoins, going to be looking to deploy those into Bitcoin. If you don't have a bag of flux, do it now. I'm not trying to buy altcoins right now. I might buy a little bit of Link and maybe Polkadot and get back into those positions, but this is the thing. I am just really leaning more towards a Bitcoin heavy portfolio. That's what feels comfortable to me. And if you don't agree with me, I'm not trying to be rude, but there's a high probability that you haven't been in the space that long, because what I've noticed when people enter the crypto space, they focus on altcoins. Give yourself a market cycle and then you're gonna probably change your mind. Life is what you make it, said Liberty, absolutely. If you need a break, go to the beach. Isla Verde is great today. You know what? I was actually at the Isla Verde beach yesterday. Took a beautiful walk on the beach. I got in the water. It was beautiful. Are we in a bear market? You know what? Okay, so I honestly changed I said something different, I think, in the beginning of the video that I'm probably even going to say now. And that's because I noticed that after Bitcoin hit $64,000, it pulled back 55% to then go make a new all-time high of $69,000, okay? So we are about 56% down from $69,000. So that's a possibility, right? We could still make an all-time high in the coming months. Show the love, hit the like button. Yeah, ever since I said that, I got 33 more likes. I went from like 40 something to 73. So thanks for hitting that like button. Someone said going to PR for 2 weeks, can't wait to be home. Oh yeah, Puerto Rico is really like the best home ever. I mean, it's a great place to live. Is it the best place in the world? Absolutely not. I'm super realistic about that, but I just really do love it. Do you believe in crypto? Then buy. Stop feeling scared. Yeah, I'm definitely not feeling scared. I'm actually feeling excitement. You know, it's really interesting. I find it super important to like kind of track your emotions with the price. Like, just be self-aware. Like, ask yourself questions. Like, the price has fallen dramatically. Like, how am I feeling about the current price? How am I feeling emotionally? And I didn't think that $69,000 was the top because I wasn't really feeling euphoric. You know, I didn't really feel that. And like, why am I feeling it today? Like, what? Is it just excitement? I'm honestly a little bit confused. Like, I feel like I'm losing track of my kind of emotions and where they are. Hello from the UK, sending you love all the way to the UK. Watching from Argentina. You know what is so cool? When I go to my YouTube analytics and I see that like there's like 100, like people watch my videos from like 100 different countries. It's so cool. Bitcoin is the play. We're in a bit of an extinction event for alts. Really tough to pick survivors. Yeah, so I mean, this is the thing, is that like the market typically moves in the same direction, similar percentages. With altcoins, you're gonna get random days of like 20, 30, 40, sometimes even 100% increases. But the odds that you're gonna be holding that particular coin that day, unlikely. How do you feel about how much relation there has been between regular stock market and crypto market? Yeah, I don't like it. I am really looking forward to the day that Bitcoin does not correlate with the stock market, or other markets, or metals, or anything. But this is the problem, okay? The problem is, I think last time I heard, 70% of all Bitcoin trading out there is institution, okay? Institutional trading. So they're like all trading in the same direction. We need to give the power back into the people's hands. So if you want to see the Bitcoin price go up quickly, we want to see people remove their Bitcoin from exchanges. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. Okay, so what was I going to look up? Oh, I was going to look up, what did I say? I said 70. How did I just lose my train of thought? Wow. I can't believe I just completely lost my train of thought. Okay, I'll hopefully remember. Okay, we're sitting at $30,800. The 5-minute chart has made a higher high. Let's see what happens over here in the coming minutes. Gosh, I can't believe I just drew a blank like that. It's actually kind of scary. Let's see here. Oh, we talked about the relation. Oh, institutional grade investing. Freaking A. What percentage of Bitcoin trading is institutional? Okay. Wait. I'm not getting clear numbers here. I see an article here from Finance on Yahoo. On August 30th of 21, investors hold 70 billion of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back to what are you guys up to in the comments? Someone asked if I'm currently buying more Ethereum. No, I'm focusing more on Bitcoin. Dollar cost average down to mid 20,000. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. See, everyone thinks Bitcoin's going to $20,000, which means it's probably going to hit the bottom, will come in just above that. Should investors still move to Puerto Rico? I wanted to move this year, but think I'll move next year, as we'll be in a bear market anyway. So timing is extremely important when it comes to moving to Puerto Rico. If you are considering, gosh, actually, I just thought of an excellent video idea. I don't know what it is this week, but I went for like a month of no good video ideas, and then I'm just firing on all cylinders. So this is actually the best time to move to Puerto Rico. Okay, why it's the best time to move to Puerto Rico. Video idea that I need to add. And why is that? Okay, so if you believe we're in a bear market, you think the price is going to be suppressed for the next probably 2 years. If you basically take into consideration like history, so what does history tell us? History tells us that like Bitcoin has all-time highs after halvings, the halvening, whatever you want to call it. So that the next halving is not till 2024. So that means the all-time high is going to come in like about 2 years or so. So this is the most critical thing when it comes to moving to Bitcoin. I'm moving to Puerto Rico for Bitcoin, capital gains, all of that good stuff. So take this into consideration. Let's say that you bought Bitcoin for $20,000. Let's say that you moved to Puerto Rico today. Bitcoin is valued at $30,000. You have a tax obligation for that $10,000 of capital gains, whether it's short term, whether it's long term, okay? You have that tax obligation. So, for example, moving to Puerto Rico today is a heck of a lot more beneficial than moving to Bitcoin when it was $50,000. So, if you think that this is going to be a sharp decline, capitulation, we're headed to new all-time highs by the end of the year, I would say literally get on a flight and get to Puerto Rico today. And consider today, dang, we almost have 100 people on here. Can you guys hit that like button so I can get to 100 people? I'm at 93. All-time highs, baby. Bitcoin might be crashing, but my live viewers is at all-time high. So, like, you want to move to Puerto Rico on a day where crypto is like really bad, or consider this like your move day, because it's a much more favorable price. The second option is to be here for 10 years, and then basically you don't have to pay any gains over the 10 years. I would never do that. I would never trust that system, because things change so rapidly in Puerto Rico that they might extinct the program. Like, I would never bet on Puerto Rico for 10 years. Absolutely not. I would not do it. So that's the situation there. If, like I said, so scenario one, you think it's capitulation and you think we're going to all-time highs, move to Puerto Rico like today. If you think this is a bear market, if you think it's going to get drug out, then I would say you have some time to move. pick a certain day that makes the most sense. Speak to a lawyer, speak to your CPA to make sure you do everything correctly. What are your thoughts on the praise by the dip? Great content. What are your thoughts on, I'm not sure what that is. Mariah and Crypto Lifer are my favorites. Oh, thanks. You want to move to Puerto Rico while the markets are down? 100%. 100%. That is what, like, so people are not thinking right now about paying taxes on their Bitcoin because the price is significantly suppressed, okay? No one's thinking about moving to Puerto Rico to avoid taxes. Okay, this is when you should actually be considering moving to Puerto Rico. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, I'm gonna hear from a bunch of people when we're reaching new all-time highs to Puerto Rico. That is not the time. This is the time. Bitcoin dominance is still low at 41%. You know, I haven't looked at the Bitcoin dominance in a while. That is kind of low, actually. I would anticipate it to be at 50% right now. Let's see. Everything is collapsing. What did you do? Well, I bought. Not your keys, not your cheese. I like that, Oliver. That's really good. Agree, but I think it will always correlate with the stock market. I mean, I'm hoping for the day that it doesn't correlate with the stock market. Is that day ever going to come? Hopefully, eventually, but it might never. Rest in peace, all Ethereum stakers. Is it even worth staking Ethereum right now? I've just been stacking sats. I'm not looking to add Ethereum to my position. I might change my mind, but I'm just looking to add Bitcoin. UST stablecoin, not so stable, not good. I have USDC. 20% decline is technically a bear market. Yes, we are in one, says Millionaire Mentality. I think, does Millionaire Mentality have a YouTube channel? Because he said something earlier. I think he's trying to steal my subscribers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. So, I mean, yeah, if that's the case, if a 20% decline is technically a bear market, then that means that we are in and out of a bear market in Bitcoin constantly. Let's see. I'm just 1% of my portfolio in Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm an index fund investor, but just love your channel. Wow, that's cool that you only have 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but that you like to watch my channel. We gave our crypto to companies like Celsius, which trade our assets and cause their volatility. But this is the thing. Bitcoin was volatile before. Bitcoin has been volatile since the beginning of time. Volatility occurs for multiple reasons. It's a new asset, the size of the market cap. We can't blame Celsius for the volatility. Bitcoin was at 28,798 in June of last year, went up to 69,000 November. This is an opportunity. I think so too. I just want to say thanks to everyone who has hit the like button. We are over 100 thumbs up. Let's see. Happens to all of us. Sometimes our thoughts pivot and will negate your prior thought. Yeah, you know, that's actually one thing that I've really come to terms with in the last few months is like, I think my entire life I put this negative connotation around changing my mind. And like, I'll never forget, like someone wrote in my yearbook when I was like in 6th or 7th grade, like something about like me like changing as a person or like making new friends or something. And like that always like stuck with me. Like what a stupid thing. Sometimes the stupidest things stick with us. And so like I thought about that. And this whole like time in my life, I've realized, you know, changing your mind is actually a good thing because it means that you're learning. So if you have your mindset about like everything in life and you never, ever, ever change your mind, you're probably not taking the time to learn enough. I mean, I think it's just normal and okay to change your mind. So now I'm just like, you know, I change my mind a lot, like taking in new information, processing it, changing my mind. Like it's okay to change your mind. So like, I hope those words come in handy to you. Viewers all-time high. Yeah, seriously. Thank goodness something is all-time high today. Every time Celsius is reducing interest on BTC, The following week it's red. Pay attention to that. Hey, thanks for sharing that information. I'm going to take that in and I'm going to take note of that. Keep an eye on there. What is the chance that Bitcoin is wrecked for good and it never gets back to $69,000? Well, Bitcoin has died thousands and thousands of times, but it always seems to come back. Point and figure charts say low is 26,500. I think that's actually like a decent number to take into consideration because it's not that 20 range, but it's like the front running of it in a sense. I think I'm starting to lose my voice. I don't know why, but when I turn on the camera, I get congested. I think I'm allergic to the camera. Yeah, coffee is bad. Good on you, Mariah. You know what's really weird? I used to like really enjoy coffee in the morning, the taste of it, just drinking it black. Like black wheat coffee was my jam. Now I'm like not craving it at all. Would you finance a whole Bitcoin if you could afford it? It really depends on your personal financial situation, if that would make sense. The day you arrive in PR is the price that you get to claim. So Koki Crypto mentioned this. I have heard multiple different things from people on this particular subject. Some people put down the day that they signed their lease. Some people put like the first day they visited Puerto Rico. It's kind of like what I have heard to be true, a little bit interchangeable. I'm not a professional CPA or attorney. Ask them, because let me tell you what, you don't want 10 years to go by and then you didn't do something right when it came to moving to Puerto Rico. But isn't it correct that even if you move to Puerto Rico, you still have to be an Act 22 recipient? Okay, so this is the thing. Let's say you want to move to Puerto Rico and you want to save on Bitcoin taxes. Like I mentioned earlier, now is the time to move. So this is what happens. You move, you visit, whatever. You start the application process depending on what time of the year you move, okay? So for example, basically you can like move and that could be your move date, but then you could file your application later, but that's your move date. So it kind of is umbrellaed like underneath this tax savings. So you don't start saving on taxes once your decree is approved. It's more of like effective when your move day is. So you could basically be waiting 6 months for, you could be waiting 6 months for your decree to be approved, but you're still basically benefiting from the tax situation. Yeah, so Koki Crypto said retro back to when you arrive. Let's see, Infinite Freedom. Love you, Mariah. Appreciate the help you gave me. Aw, my pleasure. I'm always here to help. I want you guys to just get rich. Not your keys, not your coins. How do you get okay with putting money in Vauld? Celsius, after saying that a few times, I feel like the statement would be anti-Celsius, anti-Vauld. How do you make that okay? That's a great point. So I'm a firm believer, not your keys, not your coins. I understand that there is a risk. Anytime that I have cryptocurrency on any of these websites, including exchanges, including interest earning accounts, those coins are at risk. Always, okay? The only time it's not at risk is if you have your coins stored away off of exchanges, okay? That's something that I understand the risk. And so I present you with different ways that I'm earning interest on my cryptocurrency, but I'm also reminding you that there is a risk involved, okay? So something to always take into consideration. Making the move to PR this week. Nice, Ray. Congratulations. Is there any way you can refer me to a CPA that you know and recommend? I use Lance Talkington and haven't heard back for the last email I sent a few weeks ago, so I'm sorry, but I don't have a CPA to recommend. I'm so glad I swapped out of alts and in BTC. Congratulations, JD. HODL and average in at the discount prices. This is just a phase. Smash the like button, everyone. Yes, thank you. 112 likes, 81 viewers. My viewers are at an all-time high. Bitcoin's not, but my viewers are. Moving to Puerto Rico at the end of summer. Home already purchased. Congratulations, Glenn. That's awesome. So why am I so congested? I just don't understand. Okay, so what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about, buying houses in Puerto Rico. So like I think I'm getting tired because I've just been like yelling at my camera for 45 minutes straight. I don't think I have much left in me. This is like exhausting. Okay, so when I moved to Puerto Rico, it was right after Hurricane Maria. April 6th, 2018. The island was still a little bit, not in shambles, but it was still struggling, right? It was just getting back on its feet. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what a scary time to buy real estate in Puerto Rico. Like, that is really terrifying, scary. Like, I have no desire to do it. In reality, that was the best time to buy real estate in Puerto Rico was when I moved in April. I never bought anything because my decree at the time did not require me to have to buy anything in Puerto Rico. So what's really cool about Puerto Rico is that there's massive opportunity and there's a ton of tax incentives if you want to get into real estate here. Let's see. Stay on until you hit 200 likes. Oh, that's a really long time away. I hope I could hit 200 likes, but I'm at 115. Okay, good on you, Glenn. Yeah, congratulations, Glenn. Moving to Puerto Rico is really exciting. El Salvador just bought 500 BTC. Okay, so this is what's interesting, and congratulations to El Salvador, is that someone made a good point about, what is he called, the Prime Minister? I forgot his name. I mean, I follow him on Twitter, the leader of El Salvador. So, like, I think election time is potentially coming up, and he needs to be in the green, I think, to get reelected. And so, hopefully he's bringing his average down. I don't know why, but I want to say the average of El Salvador's purchases was between like $35,000 and $40,000. I could be wrong on that. Maybe I'm getting confused between their average and Michael Saylor's average. So I'm sure purchasing at these levels is bringing the average down quite a bit. What's the price of Bitcoin? The price of Bitcoin is $30,700. All CPAs are slow to respond. Everyone in general is slow to respond in Puerto Rico. It's like shocking when someone responds quickly. I'm like, where did you come from? Let's see. Real estate should cool down in the next 6 to 12 months. I actually think that is probably going to be true about real estate slowing down. I was hoping that there was going to be a contrast between Bitcoin price increasing and real estate price dropping, and maybe get in on some real estate. What I like about Puerto Rico is that there are a lot of multi-unit properties available, so plenty of opportunities to buy a space, live in one, rent out 2, 3, 4 of the other ones. The place I live has 4 units, and I was talking to my landlord about a year ago. I'm like, hey, how much do you want for this place? And that was when Bitcoin was like getting up there, which would have probably been a pretty solid purchase. But he was like, offer me a price. And I just didn't really know what to do or how to go about it. And like financing would have been a nightmare, but it'd be at least $1 million. And then, cause he has 2 units, the one next to it is 9, has 9 separate units in it. That would have been a great moneymaker. Super outdated though, I would say needs like a lot of updating, but huge earning potential. But then I was like, well, I could just like take way less money, invest in cars, and literally make the same, if not more, renting cars than renting an Airbnb. Let's see here. I've got 5K in MMF. Should I hodl? It depends on what the rest of your situation is, Lord Crypto. Island time, hashtag island time. Yep, absolutely. You know, Puerto Rico really slows you down, and I have been like lazy as hell, but this last week I'm like finally like amped up to like create like way more content. So follow me on TikTok if you haven't already, Mariah Monetize. I'm doing like some shorter form content that you might enjoy. This inflation definitely affected the market in Puerto Rico. I am glad to have closed on my house back in July of 21. Oh wow, shit, that was like a year ago. That's really awesome. Is Vauld and Gemini and Celsius all going bankrupt if BTC goes to $5,000? Asked Chris Crispy. I don't know. That's a good question. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. I don't have access to their books, so I don't really know. When do you think the markets will recover? You know, I'm not putting a time frame. I think there's a possibility that we can make an all-time high by the end of the year, but honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised if you don't see a new all-time high for 2 more years. I'll be starting a managing consulting business for those who are looking to purchase and relocate to Puerto Rico. I'll be the west side of the island, San Sebastian area. Oh, they have such a beautiful waterfall there. Yeah, managing and consulting business. People definitely want assistance moving to Puerto Rico. Anything service-based, like people are gonna pay. Make their life easier, they will pay. How's the language barrier in Puerto Rico? Does PR have English-friendly towns? So I live in San Juan. Mostly everyone speaks English here, but you know, I recently was like back in the States. I went to Vegas and then I went to California and I realized, whoa, I really missed like being able to connect with like every single person I come across, to be able to properly express gratitude, to like service people, and just to like have conversations with random people all the time. It's definitely harder to do that in Puerto Rico. Do I get by? Yes. Am I like getting a full social life experience here? Not necessarily. And I don't really realize that until I go back to the States. It's a little bit of a culture shock. Frank said, you look amazing. Thanks, Frank. Someone asked XRP question mark. I personally don't own XRP. I hold XRP. You may see it in my videos for a friend, but I'm not looking to buy XRP. This is the thing, is that XRP got nowhere near all-time highs. From what year was that? 2017? Not even close. Bitcoin's making all-time highs. XRP making all-time highs over the last year? Not even close. I need to prick your brain on that car rental business. I was looking to provide that service for those renting my Airbnbs. I think that's a really great idea, actually, to combine car rentals with Airbnbs. Spanish is a must. You can get by with English in the tourist areas. Sometimes you get surprised and there's a lot of English speakers on other areas throughout the island. Someone said, do you have footage of your Price is Right appearance to upload to YouTube? You know what? I never uploaded it. Someone else has uploaded it. And it takes me 10 minutes to go find it every time. Whoa, my brain is feeling really fried from talking for almost an hour straight. I can't believe 86 of you are still on here. Okay, I feel for the people that have loans against their crypto. There's going to be so many margin calls. There's going to be a ton of liquidations, and literally a lot of people are not going to have Bitcoin by the end of this week, and it's kind of sad. Bitcoin has dropped again to 30,593. Let me see here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how, you know what's really crazy is how exhausting talking is, and I didn't realize it until I didn't eat for 54 days in 2018. No, not because the Bitcoin price was low, but because I wanted to run an experiment and see how long it took me to get hungry. So if you want to check out that journey, go to my other YouTube channel, Mariah Vittoria. You're going to be a little bit shocked with some very revealing information on that channel. But you can also find 54 days of someone not eating. And what I learned in that process was how much energy it took to speak. How, like, I am burning a lot of calories speaking right now. And it was because I would stand up in front of my camera, I'd make a YouTube video, I'd talk for 5 minutes, and I'd have to go sit down. Like, my body had like no energy to even talk when I didn't eat. It was like, didn't want to prioritize talking at all. So, let's see. Keep on looking at the wrong chart. Did Bitcoin actually drop again? Okay, yeah. So, the 5-minute chart has no hope. There is no hope on even a 5-minute chart. Okay, let's see here. Where did I last leave off? My Brazilian wife speaks Portuguese and Spanish well. Should we move there? Nice. I'm Portuguese, and I have aunts and uncles that were born in Brazil. Yeah, I mean, visit Puerto Rico. You need to understand that, like, nothing is perfect in Puerto Rico. It's a very imperfect place, but it just depends what your standards are, right? If you like a ton of conveniences that the mainland has to offer, there's not as many in Puerto Rico. I think I might accidentally fall asleep on this live video. I can't believe. Okay, gotta run. Thanks for the input. Cheers from New Mexico. I got to road trip through New Mexico back in 2020, and I got to visit my godchild in New Mexico over by the Air Force Base. $30,000 will hold. So this is why I don't think that will probably happen with the $30,000 holding. And that is because if 30,000 was going to hold, I think we would have sharply already bounced off of it, and we haven't seen that yet. I knew I was gonna hop on and see stuff like this. I just checked BTC and saw it was 30K, then hopped on YouTube. $28,000 to $30,000, a fairly strong support area. Yeah, I mean, if we break that, I think we're gonna go to 22. There are people that have reversed stage 4 cancer with water fasting. So with everything that I know today, if I was to learn that I had cancer today, I would not do any traditional treatments. No, absolutely not. I would fast, and I would fast hard. Yeah, no, I fasted for 54 days to like prevent. It's also fasting is a good way to prevent cancer. Tips on buying cars there. Okay, so it really depends on what kind of car you want. So in my opinion, like if you want a Jeep Wrangler, you're probably better off buying a brand new one than a used one. Tips for buying a used car, or cars there in general. You didn't say used car, you said cars in general. Tips for buying cars. I have no tips. You could visit my friend Gabby. Where does my friend Gabby work? Let me figure it out. So I bought all my used cars from Gabby. So ask for 𝘱𝘬𝘳𝘴𝘰𝘯𝘭𝘺. He works at oh my gosh, I'm drawing so many blanks right now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 recommendations. If you want a Jeep Wrangler, Jeep of San Juan, then you need to go to Alberic Chrysler, and Wildemar, I think is his name. He's a good person to call, and let me figure out. If you want like a used car, my friend Gabby, he delivered the car to my house. He brought the credit card machine. I swiped my card. I bought one of my cars that way. Let me see here if I could figure out which dealership Gabby works at. Okay, so Gabriel Hernandez. Gabby, G-A-B-I, Auto, PR is his Instagram handle. You could get his number there. I don't know why. I don't see his actual, I'm getting so tired. I don't see his actual dealership that he works at there, but if you just text him, he'll tell you everything he needs. He speaks a little bit of English, but mostly Spanish. Let's see, back over to, shoot, I lost your guys' questions. Oh, right over here. Okay. What are my thoughts on Cardano? I have like a little bit of Cardano, nothing specific. I'm just focused on Bitcoin right now. Oh, thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Do you own a car yourself? Hey, Maria. So yeah, I actually, between my business partner and I, we have 7 cars. We rent them. Our business is called Puerto Rico Wheels. You can find us on Facebook if you need a car while you're visiting Puerto Rico. Send us a DM with the date and time and we'll give you a quote. And so I actually, before I started my car rental business, I drove my Fiat 500 that I won on The Price is Right from California all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, and I put it on a boat and I shipped it here. Avoid the flood years on vehicles. Buy a car through a business account and keep yourself away from the liability. All assets are crashing simultaneously, but crypto tends to lead the crash and the recovery. Yeah, that happens sometimes for sure. Let's see. Okay, guys, I have been on here for almost an hour, and I didn't anticipate this to make me so tired. So I am going to go ahead and jump off here, but I really enjoyed hanging out with all of you guys. So I hope you have an amazing day. And as always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.